What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick, how you guys doing today? If you can hear me, please let me know. What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick, how you guys doing today? If you can hear me, please let me know. What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick, how you guys doing today? If you can hear me, please let me know. What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick, how you guys doing today? If you can hear me, please let me know. What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick, how you guys doing today? If you can hear me, please let me know. What's going on out there? Chris, Patrick. Anybody else out there? Is it laggy for you or is it running well? I don't know if it's that Canadian internet Chris has or if it's me. Before I get too deep into it here, I'd like to know. Anybody out there? Well, I suppose I'm just going to get with it. People can watch the video later if they'd like, but I wanted to show some of the different things that we do in regards to ADP. Basically, a couple of the features we have is you can select teams. So if you want to know what Panthers are ranking in the ADP, where they're at, you can see. If you notice, anytime you highlight a player, it will highlight the entire row, so it's easy for you to follow along left to right. When you look down here at Ian Thomas, if you see a UD, that means they went undrafted in that draft. So that's what the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are up here. That's each draft that consists of this ADP. This is the highest they went in the high, and the lowest they went in the low. So obviously UD undrafted. And this is the deviation here, the DEV. That deviation is the difference in spots between the high and the low. So obviously somebody with a higher number is more polarizing. Somebody like Christian McCaffrey, who's going to be at the top of the draft every time, is going to have a lower deviation. So you can kind of see players that, while they may have a certain ADP, they've got a wider range of where they're being picked. If you're in here, let me know if you're following along, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask. But I want to make sure everybody understands everything that they can do with ADP data. Michael Hartman, how you doing, buddy? let me know if my sound's good, if video's good. If it's lagging, I'll try to redo it and whatever. But as you can see at the bottom here, you can download a CSV file if you want to open it up in Google Sheets or in Excel or whatever, and you want to make some changes, tweak it, whatever for your drafts. You can do that. Print it out. But all the teams up here. So then you can even go, like, if you want to look at the Buccaneer wide receivers and see where they're ranking with each other. Maybe that's not working. Position not working. 1 second. I'm gonna have to fix that. I probably didn't select the right segment to work there. We're going to fix that real quick. But you can also search for a player. So if you want to know, let's say, he's not in there. Let's say, James Washington. You can just type in his name, and it'll pop up and show you his ADP data. Tried to make this as easy to use as possible and as easy to use across platforms, whether you're looking at desktop or tablet or mobile. Wanted to make sure that everything worked right for you. Now, for you that are trying to go and look at the ADP, this is a paid feature of RotoHeat. Takes a lot of time to put this data together, but it's only $2.99 a month, so it's not expensive. But you're gonna get a walkthrough here, so you understand exactly what you're paying for, also. And this is just PPR. $2.99 will get you rookie data, will get you Superflex data, and will get you Superflex rookie data. To start with, plus we will have redraft, and we are going to work on some auction data. So, and you get all the rankings too. 1 second here. I'm going to try to get this position filter working. Let's see if this fixed it. If not, I'll do it after the stream. Let's see. Is anybody in here chatting away? Mitch Sprague, Sean, welcome to the stream. There we go. Running backs, quarterbacks, all of them. There we go. We're working now. We are working now. DeMarcus Cousins signs with the Lakers. They have what, 5 players now? Absolutely no bench. Okay, so another cool feature when you are using our ADP, let's say you're on mobile. Okay, on mobile, it's going to look funny because it's on the computer, but it's going to look more like this. Notice a lot of information is gone, but if you click on the rank it will drop down and have everything. Oh, we got to fix that too. Um, so you can see their age, team, where they went, etc. Very, very simple to use. Um, and I'm going to put more and more information in as we go. This is the first string of drafts that completed, which is the PPR ADP. But our rookie draft will start tomorrow. We'll try to finish that up real quick and get that information in here. We will also be uh, getting the Superflex and stuff going. And if anybody is interested in helping with redraft or auction, you can reach out to me and let me know, and we will get some of those going as well. But I really wanted people to see how our ADP is different than most that you see out there. Most of them just gives you some information, very hard to scroll, very hard to follow along with the players. So I've made sure to get these highlights going. So when you're looking at a big list, and if you're looking at desktop, you can easily see what player you're working on, what player you're looking at, so that you don't get the wrong information if you're looking across the table. Oh, and also when you get down, you can see all the headers stay at the top of the page. And for example, every player that was drafted in at least one league is included. So 222 players. What I did was we had 192 draft picks in our drafts. So if they were not drafted in a draft, they got these UDs equal 193 when it comes to their ranking. If you're out there in chat, if there's any player that you're wondering about, let me know. You guys are quiet. You're in here. Say something. For example, our rankings work the same way. So if you're up here on RotoHeat.com and you go to NFL, you can see we have ADP, Dynasty information, just random news, NFL redraft information, and the rankings. So, like if you go and look at PPR rankings, it's going to be similar, except for you're going to see names, and I've got to update some stuff, but it's basically the same deal. ADP. Where is Godwin at? William wants to know where Godwin is. Chris Godwin, 51 overall. Oh, here's another cool thing. When you're looking at this second column, this is position rank. So this shows that he's the 23rd wide receiver. So that's what this second column number is. So you've got overall rank, position rank, player name, age, position, team, drafts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Their highest, their lowest, the deviation between the high and the low, and their average draft pick placement. So Godwin is there at 51, right behind Baker Mayfield and before DJ Moore. No problem at all. Also, if you sign up for a membership, you get a 7-day free trial. So if you don't like the information, you can cancel it within 7 days, and it will not cost you a dime. So $2.99 when it comes to ADP information and the amount of information we're going to give you, plus you get entry into the VIP group, and there will be some premium podcasts that will only be available to those in the VIP group. That's streams. There will be DFS content. So if you're a DFS player, $2.99 a month is very, very, very cheap. Ryan Furlong, how you doing, buddy? I'm here to just chat football, sports. Just got breaking news that Cousins went to the Lakers. Last night we saw Kawhi, Crazy Laugh, whatever you want to call him. We saw him go to the Clippers with Paul George in that huge trade between the Clippers and Thunder. That was crazy for you basketball fans out there. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's Paul George asked for a trade, and they get a buttload of picks, and they might not end up being, there might not be very many good picks in that bunch because Clippers are going to be pretty good, but that's a lot. Yeah, it's crazy that they kept that tight lip the whole time, especially with everybody watching as closely as they were. But I think it's crazy that the Knicks lose out on Durant and Kyrie, and not only lose out, but lose out to Brooklyn. And then the Lakers lose out on Kawhi, and not only do they lose out to Kawhi, but they lose out to the Clippers. It's just like the other teams in these cities kind of just blew it out of the water this free agency period. So that's good for the NBA. Spread that around a little bit. You still got the guys teaming up, but at least they're not 3, 4, 5 deep like they had been doing. It kind of spread the talent out a little bit. I'm sorry for my Canadian friends that were hoping Kawhi would stay in Toronto. I know they haven't been very happy about it. This period of time right now is like real boring for football. So, um, one thing I think I'm gonna do is get some of these guillotine leagues started while we're in this lull before training camp starts, so we can have some fun doing that. Maybe also some regular best ball leagues. Um, just a bunch of different stuff that we could do to have some fun and fill this gap. Ryan, how you been, buddy? Um, just so anybody knows, if you want to sign up, you can easily do that. If you're not logged in, for some reason it's going to mobile here. Um, you can just click register. It'll pull up here. You can either pay for a full year at $29.99 or $2.99 monthly. You do get a 7-day trial on either of them. And if there's any issues, just let me know. We'll get that taken care of. It really is cheap, and we want to do a lot of good things. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and fill my pockets. I want to add more and more features, but it's not cheap. It's already pretty expensive of a venture for me, and the money's not really the driving factor here. It's to add more and more features. I want to get to where we've got a lot of different options, a lot of different tools for you guys to use. But got to raise a little bit of money for that. Why is Derrick Henry above all those guys? That's a very good question. Let's go back to the ADP here. That is a very, very good question. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. I cannot believe it. Where was he at here? See, and it would be better if I use these tools, but then we wouldn't be able to see the other players. But yeah, number 47, a fourth round pick. No, thank you. No, thank you. Ahead of Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, DJ Moore. I mean, I'm not even a Devonta Freeman fan, but I'll take him ahead of Henry. He's ahead of Landry. That's just nuts. Crazy, crazy, crazy. No, Ryan, we have 5 different groups of 12 people. So there's no one person that's in multiple drafts. So it's not like one guy can just skew the data. I've got 60 drafters, buddy. That might be something that's a little bit different than other places too. I don't know how I'm not going to say that is, because I don't know exactly how they all do their data, but we have 60 different drafters. In between every draft, we randomize the divisions to keep people out of the same spot, out of the same groupings, so that we don't get that skewed data. I thought of that before we got going. I wanted to make sure that we did whatever possible to skew the data, or not to skew the data, and have different people in different spots. So that's what I'm talking about when I say a lot of work goes into getting this data put together between, managing 60 different people, 5 different drafts going on at a time. Uh, Keeping all that straight and getting all the data input so that we get this beautiful layout. But I know a couple people here weren't here when I first started, but if you are on mobile by chance, everything will conform right. It should. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. But if you're looking at a player and you're wondering with all that information that's not in there on mobile, if you let me make sure this is let me make sure you can see all this good. Let me move this over here for a minute. If you want to know where they went in all the drafts, you can expand each player when the stuff is hidden to see all that. So you don't miss any of the data when you're on mobile or tablet. So I just wanted to make sure everybody's seen that, because I think that's pretty cool. That was one of the things that we had a hard time with the other site and the data that we had. Got really hard to use on mobile. Ryan says, I have 5 of the top 16 players in 96 version 1. Winning Bell, Gurley, Thomas, Mixon, and Juju. That is not a bad core of 5. I would be very interested to see who else you have. So if you haven't been on the site, you really got to start checking it out. Obviously, there hasn't been a lot of football stuff going on here lately, but you can see a lot of different information, different sports, trying to get more and more consistent with the actual information we're putting out. We've got Kevin doing some great NBA stuff, talking about his love-hate for the Summer League. Great, beautiful site, easy to use. It breaks down by dynasty, redraft, just regular news. Just a little peek for you guys to look at if you haven't been on the site yet. You also have Kittle and Amari Cooper and Baker Mayfield. That's pretty good. Amari Cooper might be your best wide receiver this year. Ryan says, beautiful site. I'm signing up soon. It's greatly appreciated. We're going to continue adding more and more information. We want to make it as useful for you guys as possible. And these writers, guys, nobody's getting paid doing this. I'll just tell you that right now. They're doing it because they love to do it. They're putting in a lot of good work. And the more and more we grow, the more and more writers we'll add, and we'll just keep putting out more and more information. As you can see, if you come over to Sully's 2 Cents, we've got a page set up for him for all his podcasts, and you can easily click if you want to get it on any other podcast platforms. You can do that. You can follow Sully on Instagram and Twitter. Just trying to add more and more stuff. I forgot to say I am starting a baseball podcast and live stream that will be on Wednesdays. I'm working on that, getting that ready to go. And then I'm also planning on doing at least 5 days a week, hoping to do 7 days a week. Just short podcasts covering news from all the major sports. That'll come out every morning. So if that stuff interests you, make sure you let me know and I'll get working on that. Joseph, how you doing, buddy? All right. Well, everybody's probably out having fun at the lake and whatnot, and I just work, so I figured I would jump on here and show you guys how the ADP works. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up, tag me. Please do not message me on Facebook. If you want to message me, go to rotoheat.com/Discord. Get into the Discord chat. My Discord name is my name. And shoot me a message on there. It's much easier for me. I like to keep my Facebook personal rather than fantasy football. So if you can help me out there and not send me any messages on Facebook, that would be great. But I'm available on Discord or email. If you email me at rick@rotoheat.com, I will do whatever I can to help you out. All right. We'll be back Monday night with the Dynasty Heat Seekers podcast. Have a good weekend.